There are mysteries that frighten us, mysteries that disturb us, and mysteries that leave permanent scars on our understanding of the world. But then, there are cases like this one, cases that linger in the collective consciousness long after the headlines fade, long after investigators close their files, long after explanations lose their meaning. In early 2013, a young woman named Elisa Lam walked into the Cecil Hotel in Los Angeles, a building with a history drenched in tragedy, a location infamous for violence, suicides, disappearances, and alleged paranormal phenomena. 20 days later, her body was discovered in a rooftop water tank under circumstances so strange, so impossible, and so deeply unsettling that the case became a global obsession. But what haunts us most is not just what happened, it's how it happened. A security camera captured Elisa's final living moments inside a malfunctioning elevator, moving erratically, behaving in ways that defy logic, as if fleeing from something invisible, or interacting with something not meant to be seen. Tonight, we journey through those last moments. We travel into the heart of a place known for attracting darkness, and we confront the terrifying possibility that Elisa Lam crossed paths with something beyond human explanation. This is Paranormal Abyss, and tonight, we expose the unknown behind one of the most disturbing unsolved mysteries of our time, the Elisa Lam elevator case. Welcome to Paranormal Abyss, where the unknown awakens and every shadow tells a story. Before we begin tonight's investigation, I want to know where you are watching from right now. Are you listening late at night? Lights off? Headphones on? Tell me in the comments. I want to see how far this community reaches across the world. And I have another question for you. Have you ever heard of the Elisa Lam case before this video? Was it a story you already knew, or are you discovering it for the first time here with us? Finally, the most important question of all, what do you think really happened to Elisa Lam? Do you believe it was an accident, foul play, or something far more disturbing, something beyond the physical world? Share your theory below. Los Angeles, a city of contradictions. A city where luxury rides alongside poverty, where neon lights shine above dark alleys, where dreams are made and nightmares hide. In 2013, downtown Los Angeles was undergoing massive transformation. Skyscrapers were rising, businesses expanding, tourism booming. But only a few blocks away, reality was starkly different. Skid Row, an area filled with tent camps, addiction, untreated mental illness, and decades of violence. It was one of the most dangerous and unstable neighborhoods in the United States, home to thousands living in extreme marginalization. Right on the border of this region, towering over the streets with an unsettling presence, stood the infamous. The Cecil Hotel opened in 1924, designed to be a grand European-style property for businessmen, travelers, and tourists. Its lobby dazzled with marble floors, alabaster statues, stained glass windows, and gold accents. But prosperity was short-lived. The Great Depression hit only 5 years later. Suddenly, rooms that were once meant for wealthy visitors were filled with people seeking temporary refuge, drifters, the unemployed, the desperate. Then the tragedies began. Suicides. Multiple guests leapt to their deaths from upper floors. Murders, stabbings, shootings, unexplained deaths. Serial killers. Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker, lived on the 14th floor during his 1980s murder spree. Jack Unterweger, an Austrian serial killer, stayed there while killing prostitutes in L.A. Unexplained events. A woman threw her newborn out a window. A guest fell from the building and landed on a pedestrian, killing them both. A retired telephone operator was found dead for days before anyone noticed. A man slashed his own throat in the hallway. The list goes on and on and on. By the 2000s, the Cecil had earned nicknames like the Suicide Hotel, the Hotel of Horror, the murder castle of L.A. Urban legends claimed its walls absorbed suffering. Some believed it was cursed. Others insisted the building attracted the worst of humanity or something darker. When Elisa Lam checked in, she likely didn't know any of this. But the building knew her. Elisa Lam was a 21-year-old college student from Vancouver, Canada. She was intelligent, introspective, empathetic, and open about her struggles with mental health. Her Tumblr blog, Ether Fields, was filled with thoughts about identity, loneliness, fashion, travel, and her bipolar disorder. She wasn't reckless. She wasn't careless. She wasn't the kind of person who vanished without reason. In January 2013, she planned a solo adventure along the west coast of the United States, San Diego, Los Angeles, Santa Cruz, and San Francisco. Her parents supported her but insisted she call daily, and she did, until January 31st, the day she went silent. When Elisa arrived at the Cecil, she was placed in a shared hostel-style room. But within 2 days, roommates complained she was locking them out, leaving strange notes. Displaying unusual behavior, hotel staff moved her to a private room. After that, she was seen visiting a bookstore, asking about gifts for her family, chatting politely with store owners, walking alone, appearing cheerful. Nothing suggested danger. But as the days passed, something shifted. No one knows exactly what. Elisa failed to call home. Her parents panicked and contacted the LAPD, who immediately launched a missing persons investigation. Police searched every hallway, every stairwell, every floor, the basement, the lobby, the roof. They used search dogs. They interviewed guests and employees. They checked security cameras. No trace. It's as if Elisa had never existed. But on February 14th, the LAPD released a video they hoped would attract witnesses. Instead, it created global hysteria. The footage is time-stamped February 1st, 2013, the day after her disappearance. In the video, 1. Elisa enters the elevator calmly. She presses multiple buttons, but the elevator doesn't move. 2. She steps to the side, hiding as if someone is coming. 3. She peeks out cautiously, then jumps back inside. 4. She moves her hands in strange, fluid motions, almost as if interacting with someone or something unseen. 5. The elevator refuses to close. This is abnormal. Elevators have timed doors. This one stays open for minutes. 6. She steps out again, gestures, then leaves the frame. 7. Seconds later, the doors close. The elevator operates normally, only once Elisa is gone. The video is disturbing, inexplicable, terrifyingly unnatural. Millions watched it. Millions tried to decode it. Some saw fear. Some saw confusion. Some saw mental instability. Others saw something paranormal. But the truth was still hidden. For now. In mid-February, Cecil Hotel guests began reporting low water pressure, black-tinted water, strange taste in tap water, odd smell coming from the pipes. Maintenance workers went to the roof to check the water tanks. What they found would horrify the world. Atop the hotel were 4 giant cylindrical water tanks. Each was 8 feet tall and sealed with a heavy metal lid. Inside one of these tanks was the nude body of Elisa Lam, floating face up, clothes drifting beside her. How she got there remains the central mystery, because 1. The rooftop door was locked and alarmed. Only employees had keys. 2. The tank ladder was tall and difficult to climb. 3. The metal lid was heavy. It would be hard for a single person to lift. 4. The tank was nearly impossible to enter without help. Yet Elisa was inside, dead. and no one saw her reach the roof. Cause of death: accidental drowning. Manner: undetermined. But several things didn't add up. No drugs in her system, not even recreational. Her bipolar medication levels were strangely low. No signs of struggle. No injuries that suggested a fall or attack. No explanation for how she got into the tank. No explanation for how the lid was closed afterward. And then, pages from the autopsy file disappeared. The toxicology report raised more questions than answers. Key timestamps were inconsistent. And her clothes, found inside the tank, were removed for unknown reasons. Officially, it was ruled an accident. Unofficially, the public didn't buy it. The most rational explanation, but it doesn't explain. The elevator malfunction, how she accessed the locked roof, how she climbed the tank, how she closed the lid, missing autopsy data. The sudden change in behavior, why no one saw her. It fits parts of the story, but not all. Some believe a staff member, a resident, or someone following her, manipulated her, forced her, or led her to the roof. But again, no signs of struggle, no clear suspects, no DNA evidence found, no witnesses. Still, many insist this theory explains the access to secure areas. A paranormal ritual originating in Korea believed to summon spirits or open interdimensional doors. Steps include pressing buttons in a sequence, reaching a 10th floor dimension, encountering a woman not human, being followed or influenced by an entity. Elisa's movements match parts of the ritual eerily well. Coincidence? Maybe. Maybe not. Many believe the Cecil is a hotspot for negative energy. Residual hauntings, shadow figures, demonic presences, entities that attach to vulnerable people. Elisa's behavior looked like responding to something invisible, hiding from something non-physical, speaking to someone unseen, moving her hands like she wasn't alone. If any location could host a paranormal encounter, it's the Cecil. Some believe Elisa had a mild manic episode, encountered something or someone, was influenced, chased, or disoriented, ended up in a place she shouldn't have accessed, was overwhelmed physically or mentally. Not a simple explanation, but one that acknowledges the complexity of the case. Elevator anomalies. Engineers reviewed the footage and couldn't replicate the behavior, her gestures. Mediums and paranormal researchers described them as communication with an entity, defensive gestures, signs of oppression or haunting. The Cecil's history: death after death after death. Negative energy concentrated for 90 years. Synchronistic coincidences. The movie Dark Water mirrors her case exactly. Another hotel guest tested positive for tuberculosis strain Lam. Her Tumblr auto-posted after her death. Some of these coincidences defy logic. Others deepen the mystery. Based on all known evidence, here is the closest reconstruction of Elisa's final hours. Elisa experiences anxiety or fear. She flees to the elevator. The elevator malfunctions. She interacts with something unseen. She leaves in confusion. She accesses the roof by unknown means. She enters the tank. The lid closes. She disappears until discovered weeks later. But the puzzle has missing pieces. And perhaps it always will. The case generated documentaries, theories, films, investigations, obsessions, fear, endless speculation. For many, Elisa's story became symbolic, a warning, a tragedy, a mirror reflecting the darkness within a place that never stopped consuming souls. The mystery of Elisa Lam remains unresolved, not because evidence is missing, but because the truth may lie beyond the boundaries of what we accept as real. Her final moments captured on video may reveal more than we can comprehend, and the Cecil Hotel still stands, waiting, watching. A monument to unanswered questions. This is Paranormal Abyss, where the unknown awakens.